I become unprovocable? Is there a way? Or is it just by repetitions?
It's repetition. If enough people get in your face, over time, you learn to manage your emotions. But if you spent the whole time avoiding people getting in your face, I'm not telling you to go look for problems, but you shouldn't go out of your way to avoid conflict to such a degree where you're willing to do anything and whatever because you don't want conflict. I don't want conflict. I don't like it. But if it shows up in my face, I'm going to be there. You can also handle people non-emotionally with facts. Okay, earlier on you said X, Y, and Z. Could you explain that to me? Even sometimes when some people tell me, I feel like I'm not valued at work, or I think my boss doesn't care about me, or I believe this, and I want to go talk to my boss. And I'll tell them, I'm fine with you going talk to your boss when they would ask me for advice, because I never give unsolicited advice. I'm fine with you going in there, but do not go in there and say, I think, I feel, I believe. Go in there and say, hey, I did this project. I spent X amount of hours on it, and I made X amount of money for this company. I'd like to put in for a higher position, or I'd like to put in for this other project. Go in with the facts. Facts win because it's harder for people to refute facts. I think I should get this. Well, I think you shouldn't. I believe, you're treating me this way. Well, I believe I'm not. But if you say, we had this meeting, during this meeting, you said this and this. Could you explain that to me? Because it seemed as though you didn't trust me in that meeting, or it seemed as though you were upset with me in that meeting. But I'm telling you specifically what I did. So I'm bringing it back to that specific fact a moment versus now, I feel that you treat me this way. It's so vague and ambiguous. When you go in with very specific things, that's harder to argue. You want to, not that I want you to win an argument, but you really want to make your point and get results. Be very clear and specific. And you know what? If you're nervous, write it down. I always tell people, write your stuff down. Walk into a meeting, if you're having it with your supervisor, sir, boss, I don't know if people say sir anymore. I used to have to say sir. Sir, I took some notes down, so I hope you don't mind. I'm just going to look to it just to make sure I speak clearly and I don't make any mistakes. And then go through the points.